ways that we can view conflict. Some people tend to view it as a hazard that could potentially leave them bruised or hurt or broken, and others like to think of it as a competition where they could win and take advantage of the situation and the people involved. There are still others that view conflict in a totally different way. Peacemakers see conflict as an opportunity to solve problems in a way that not only benefits everyone involved, but also honors God. There are three basic ways to approach conflict. One is to escape, one is to attack, and then the other is to make peace. The escaper will focus on running away. The attacker focuses on winning, and the person who's making peace is focusing on reconciling. In the book, the author gives this imagery of a slope. On either side of the slope, you can see the words escape and attack. If you move too far to the left or to the right, you lose your footing and you slide down the slope. An escape or attack response is going to be followed by a more extreme response. And those responses usually make matters even worse and lead to accelerated responses on both sides. The first one is escape response, and this occurs when a person is more interested in avoiding a conflict than in resolving it. Some people believe that all conflict is dangerous, and so they'll do whatever they can to avoid it. This could be just denying that conflict even exists, or it could be refusing to approach it and try to resolve it. The person may run away completely, and that could look like quitting a job or ending a relationship or even leaving the house. Now, this flight response can sometimes be appropriate if you feel like your life is in danger or if you're needing space to calm down, but deliberate time away from a situation needs to be followed up with every reasonable effort to find trustworthy assistance and seek a lasting solution to the problem. Escape responses are not actually peacemaking, they're peace faking. They're trying to make things look good when they're not. And attack responses are when people are most interested in winning a conflict than in preserving a relationship. If you're this person, you're going to see conflict as a competition or a chance to assert yourself or take advantage of someone or a situation. The most common attack will be assault, and this doesn't always have to look physical. This could be verbal, it could be passive aggressive even. These could include sarcasm or humor, making comments like, "Oh, I didn't mean it," or "I was just kidding." But these comments are just as damaging because the words you've spoken have already been said. Another attack response is litigation, and this could mean going to literal court, or this could mean pleading your case in front of the public opinion, and so going to your family, your friends, even strangers or colleagues. And while litigation might resolve a problem, you're never going to be able to seek reconciliation. While escape responses are focused on ourselves, attack responses are focused on the other person, blaming them and forcing them to cave. Attacks are peace-breaking, sacrificing people and peace to get what you want. Now, think and talk with one another. What is your usual response to conflict? Escape, attack, or both? Thankfully, there is a better way. While our natural human reaction to conflict is to escape or attack, only peacemaking is going to resolve a conflict. When we use a peacemaking response, we shift the focus to being about me or you to us. Practical peacemaking involves asking yourself 4 questions, which are called the 4 Gs. The first G is to go higher, and that's when you ask yourself, how can I focus on God in this situation? The second G is get real. Ask yourself, how can I own my part of this conflict? The third G, gently engage. How can I help others own their contribution to this conflict? And finally, get together. How can I give forgiveness and help reach a reasonable solution? In the midst of an emotional conflict when you're not thinking very clearly, these 4 questions are going to help alert you to the real underlying issues that you need to be actually focusing on and working through. Let us end this summary by asking God to help us see our own natural impulses, whether we escape or attack when we're faced with conflict. With a solid dependence on the gospel as the power for real reconciliation, we can learn and apply God's practical steps for peacemaking.